I'm not surprised. I think if you've got something like that in a confined space, you need to have some form of fire extinguisher nearby in case a thing goes up in smoke. But chances are it won't go up in smoke because the guy that had it before this guy has just spent his money on it, probably spent painstaking time, hours and hours and hours, actually getting that thing looking as fantastic as it probably looks.
How much engraving is on it, Andy?
The engraving I've had to get redone has cost me about 700 quid.
So you've had 700 quid's worth of engraving. We need to speak to an engraver just to see how much that would buy us.
Yeah, I can't believe that you spent 700 quid on the engraving.
Well, it's not just the engraving, obviously. I've had to buy the bits, again, like the horn case and the rim, and it's to get it all gold plated again.
I mean, at that rate, the engraver's probably earning as much as a dentist or a barrister, the two highest paid people, or a plumber, the three highest paid people in the world.
Henry, we need to speak to an engraver. Does anyone know of an engraver who would phone us?
Well, I know of one, but chances are he'll let you down like he let everybody else down when he was doing his Sheep No More and standing for Parliament, which he didn't do. But listen, if you don't mind, guys, I'm going to actually tune into Radio 2 or something because it's just all gone completely wrong on this station now.
I think we'll come with you. Is Jeremy Vine on? Thank you very much. Hello, Jeff.
Hi, Alex. How you doing?
Hi, we've got Andy in with us. He's a fraud. He's a scooter fraud.
Well, I can't see that he's a scooter fraud, Alex. I mean, I don't know what planet Henry's on, but, I mean, this guy's clearly gone to a lot of trouble to actually get this restored. And who says that if he wants to make the investment to actually get it restored and get it all done nice, why shouldn't he then come up to you and show it off?
You yourself have got one, haven't you, Jeff?
Yeah, I've got one. And do you know what? Apart from actually trawling around eBay and finding parts for it, I didn't lay a finger on having it restored, but it's now in really nice condition. Well, original condition. It's 1957, and I was really proud, to bring something back from the dead, basically.
Yeah, but that's not mod era either. 1957 is more Bill Haley and Eddie Cochran.
Well, 1957. I mean, it's it was the first. Well, some of the first of the Lambrettas, the twin seat.
He's more Tommy Steele, Marty Wilde than he is The Who, isn't he?
Little white ball.
But this guy's got the engraved scooter. He spent a lot of money, and why shouldn't he come up to you and show it off? I mean, obviously with the generation with Lambretta Day coming up on Maybank holiday, I think it's a great accolade for the Lambretta scene, don't you?
Well, I do, and it's a nice scooter, but I was led to believe that Andy had done all this work himself, you see. Even Andy last week didn't tell me that...
Oh, yeah, but I saw you and you were dashing off to a meeting, so I didn't really get time to talk to you, did I?
The old didn't really get time to talk to you, Floyd. We've used that...
I think finally somebody's possibly pulled the wool over your eyes just to get themselves a bit of a spot on the radio, do you, Alex?
Well, you see, the idea was that... Andy would take this backstage. We'd clear it with John Giddings. It would be in the green room, and we'd get the Stones to sign it. Now, imagine the embarrassment as Mick and Keith look at the actual scooter, and then look at Andy, who's got a VIP pass backstage, and say, "Is this your own work?" What would you do, Andy? If I were you, I'd lie through my teeth. Are you going to tell the Stones, "Oh, I actually bought it second hand"?
Well, he can't now, can he? Because you just told about 200,000 listeners or whatever.
Well, to be honest with you, I just thought the scooter was, hopefully the scooter was going backstage. I wasn't bothered about myself. So, but then if I have to, then I'll have to lie through my hind teeth.
No, the Doc and I take it back for you. Don't
worry
about that. Thanks, Jeff. Hi, who's this?
Hi, it's Kim.
Kim, we've got a fraud in the studio. We are embarrassed about. I don't want this going out on Solent TV. This could ruin our reputation. What do you want to say, Kim?
It does cost a lot of money to restore. I've just restored the Lambretta. Well, we're just doing it, and we've started from scratch.
What year?
78.
Do you think there's a lot more Islanders doing this now because of the mod weekend, because of what happens August bank holiday? Thousands of scooters coming to the island. Do you think it's making island residents want to, get in on the act?
No, because either you're in the scooter scene or you're not. I mean, Lambrettas are always going to hold their money more than Vespers. But it's more love and money. I've had my scooter about 6 months now, and it's just coming together. I've bought it for about 6, and I must have spent about 800 on it.
Do you get the difference between the Lambretta and the Vespa?
Not really,
thing?
but it's like all people who restore bikes or cars. Look at the way you've carried on with that old Volvo you bought. You bought the Volvo thinking it was okay, it was usable.
The Simon Templar Volvo.
You've never stopped spending money on it, and every time you stop spending another great big wodge of money that you try and conceal from your present wife, you say, well, that's it now, I won't do anything else, and the next thing I know, it's off the road again. You're having another
Just having it
wad of
tinkered
money
with.
spent. The thing is, actually, I think the sensible thing is to buy a restored a vehicle that someone else has restored, rather than spend your own money.
I've restored it from scratch. I mean, the colour it was a rusty blue. I got it sandblasted, and it's now British racing green and white. So
Is this Kim? Are you the Kim from Terry's Fish and Chip Shop?
yeah.
Hello, Kim. Hey, do you remember we had about a year ago was the last time Kim phoned?
Yeah,
You had trouble getting your horses fed over the festival weekend, didn't you?
Yeah.
And then from that comment, Kim, we got people inquiring about your business, inheritance, and everything, didn't we?
Ah, but we're not discussing my inheritance.
No, and we won't go anywhere near that.
I hope not.
But I just wanted to point out that you're the same Kim, because
Same
I think you
person.
did swear you'd never call back.
Isn't it the Kim? Is this the Kim that splits the time between sometimes you're frying fish and sometimes you're doing the books?
What I do for my dad's business is my business.
Now, I think you said she was frying the books.
No,
and doing
you
the
said, was she cooking the fish or cooking the books? I think you were trying to be funny.
You're hysterical. What I do? Yeah, I'm talking about scooters here, and my scooter. What I do for a living, or what I don't do, is immaterial.
I know, but why? Listen, and why did
You're
you
not battering that bike, are you?
Doc, you're so hilarious.
Kim, why do you think whenever you call, it always gets back to what you do for a living? Because it doesn't happen with anyone else.
I don't know, Alex, but you're very quiet in the shop, aren't you?
Is he? Well, he's off duty then, you see. Our job is to...
The fact is that he can't handle the heat. If you can't don't dish it if you can't take it.
Hang on a minute. I come into your fish and chip shop, all right? But I'm not...
Very quiet, aren't you, Alex?
I'm not Big Al the DJ in there. I'm just Alex getting his
The bloke
fish
who
and
keeps
chips.
buying fish and chips.
You haven't got the doc to give you the backup. I give you as good as you give me on the radio, Alex. How about the doc coming in and getting some stick, huh?
Are you going to, when the bike's finished, you put British Racing green on it? I mean, some would say that's a kind of mushy pea colour. Are you going to put fish and chips on the bike now, sort of have them airbrushed?
Doc, I rang up to have a serious conversation.
Hey, I'm serious.
You can have Terry's Fish and Chip Shop
People
or
put all
Wootton
sorts of things.
on the bike, serving frying
You
tonight.
could do deliveries and promote the business.
You're hysterical, you two. Just come in the shop and come and get some stick back. And let's.
Well, you could give a stick over the radio if you. Why do you want to give a stick?
Why do I want to give you
I'm making
stick? I've come in on a serious conversation, and you two have decided to play the fools. If you want to play the fools, come into the shop, and I'll give you stick there. Come on to my territory.
What's wrong with...
I'm going now because...
Oh, Kim,
come
don't go.
on.
We're talking about scooters, Kim.
You're going to promote your business with this fantastic fish and chip liveried Lambretta. I mean, maybe she'd rather have, like, pies or...
I can imagine,
She
Kim,
painted it mushy
up
pea
and down
colour.
Wootton High Street, yeah. Doing the old... Did you order cotton chips?
What's wrong with people?
Look, Andy doesn't think it's funny.
No.
Why is that? And listen, Andy, look, we didn't mean to cause you any... We didn't realise you were conning us all with this bike. But...
I've never really had a conversation with him. I was just like, so I briefly
but
saw you last week.
There must have been a chance for you to say to him, well, actually, I didn't actually do all this work myself. It was already that colour. I mean, it's fantastic paintwork, isn't it?
we need to
well,
track
yeah.
down... Do you know the name of the guy who originally bought... Have you still got his details?
No. I think his name was Mark Swingleton or something like that.
Mark Swingleton. There's
Yeah.
not many
Yeah,
names in the book.
no, he was not on the island. He was.
Oh.
I bought it from Southend.
Who's this?
Oh, hello. I bet this is the second time I've listened to your programme.
Oh, thank you.
Why do you and that silly man that you're with, when people phone up and they're wanting to talk to you both, why do you have to turn it around and try and make them look stupid?
Are you talking about me or the bloke with the Lambretta?
No, I'm talking about you
So,
and the other presenter.
right, I'm Alex. I'm Big Al, and he's David.
I'm
He's
the doc,
He's the
yeah.
doc.
Not the man with the scooter.
No, that's Andy.
Andy, the fraud.
Why do you do that? I mean, I know it's probably to get ratings and things, but what you're actually doing is you're turning it around and you're putting people down, and don't you think that's a bit...
Why are we putting her down? We didn't put her down.
You are. You know, anybody with a little...